Today we have the immaculate Yami, musician, vocalist, streamer on Twitch. We're here on our Contrarian episode talking about our hot takes. Let's get started.
We're thinking about, yes.
I had notes.
We're talking about the things, yes. It was your idea.
I don't know if I have the notes on this computer though. Hold on.
I don't remember what we were supposed to talk about. It says Flex, the person who made the podcast. Love it.
Speaking of those ADHD meds.
Yeah.
That was loud as fuck.
I thought you were going to follow that up with something. Speaking of ADHD, for the window to the wall, let the sweat drop down my balls. All right, I'm taking my shoes off. I was at the gym. I just literally got home. Motherfucker, I was just resting today. Proc's like, we're back on. I was like, what? It was my off day. I'm going to the gym.
Man said, I just finished resting. I don't rest. I haven't rested in like 3 days.
God, that sucks.
I was starting to look dog shit like Friday and Saturday. It's crazy. I was looking pale.
So you good there?
I've not rested since Friday. I really want to take a nap. Some point today.
God damn.
Before 11, a nap must occur. I'm punching him.
Punch all those naps. Let's keep this podcast on there to like an hour then. So,
okay, no problem.
Well, I'm also fairly tired. I've also had
that's
dog shit week too.
If you guys are fine with that, I'm down for that.
Yeah.
Cool deal. I'm easy.
We have ADHD and these things usually go 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. No, that's terrible. Like whenever, if I ever get like some random message from Flex at like 7 p.m., I'm like, do I really want to take this? Because it'll easily go like 3 hours.
Do I really want a podcast right now? And do I have like an extra like 2 to 3 hours set aside for this? And you know what's great about this? I'm gonna be podcasting and paying attention to you perfectly while beating the shit out of like kids in a children's card game. It's gonna be great.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I was in at a call earlier today, but I was still playing Elden Ring, so that was fun.
Excellent.
Yeah,
that's me.
Finally got to the final boss.
That's how you do it. But no, you guys are gonna have my full attention. I'm putting the children's card game away. It's all good.
Let's go.
I needed my login bonus. That's it. That's all that happened.
Nice.
Okay. Half of all phone calls I'm on with you, Proc. I'm on Minecraft.
What's a Minecraft?
You're also listening to Spotify and
listening. Yeah. Spotify, and I have streams open. Man, yep. I am like the epitome of like that motherfucker with ADHD.
You talking about the new Wukong game?
What?
Oh, I say there's a new Souls-like coming out called Wukong.
Oh, that sounds
You're playing
fire.
as the Monkey King.
Playing immediately. Frame one, play.
Oh,
anyways.
Contrarian episode. So, what's something? Let's start with things we hate that everyone loves.
Well, the most obvious one for like you and me is Kanye West. Neither of us can agree on that guy. I cannot stand his ass.
I don't have an opinion. I'll be honest. All I'll see is he seems mid.
Yeah, he's an
That's
asshole.
my honest opinion. He seems mid.
Yeah.
He seems mid. From what I've seen.
All right. That hurt me to my soul.
Why?
I don't know. I love his music. Sonic. Okay, rap wise, he's like bottom rapper. Like not even like top 100 rappers.
Wow.
But sonically, sound wise, beat wise, he's like top 10. He's like up there with Dre.
I suppose that's fair.
But yeah, if you want to listen to Kanye rap, you're gonna be severely disappointed when he pulls out a line like, if this bitch just fucked her asshole and I get bleach on my t-shirt, I'm gonna feel like an asshole. Yeah, he has bad raps. I'll own up to that.
Yeah, that's weak as shit. God damn.
I have no comment.
Yeah, all of his raps are bad. He has his first album, good, rap wise. But other than that, every album after that, his raps are just absolutely dog shit.
Yeah, it's because it was his first album, so he probably had a ghostwriter. Anyway, that's usually how it goes. The first album is fantastic, and then they get high on what they're doing, and they're like, "Yeah, I can do it on my own," and then they do it, and then
yeah, that's how Drake lost.
Literally nothing else.
He thought he could do it. He thought he was like, I could take on Kendrick Lamar. No.
Yo, what a fucking joke. You wanna know what's great about that?
What's up?
Literally, They're Not Like Us came on in the car earlier. I was literally on my way home, and I was just flipping through radio stations, and I heard "They're Not Like Us." They're not like. I'm like, oh no, it's on my radio. This is happening.
It is everywhere.
Oh no.
He's invaded the airwaves.
It is peak.
It is peak. It is peak. It is peak.
Say the simulation has targeted you with just his ads.
I'll be honest with you, fam. I was on my way home. Cause the interesting thing is I don't even like listen to rap like that.
Okay.
But even I heard like They're Not Like Us and was like, God, this is amazing. And also, holy shit, Drake's getting shot on.
You took a lot of hits on that one. It was rough.
I was like watching someone just get pelted with bullets and just watching with popcorn and 3D glasses. It feels so real.
Thunder Niggy
It's like
said
I could reach out and touch him.
Thunder Niggy said
okay.
Tupac AI, and he used also Snoop Dogg AI. But the thing is, Snoop Dogg's such a sellout. I bet he could have like just paid Snoop Dogg, and he would have done it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That man has a price. All right.
Yeah.
So, things you hate that everyone loves. Yami, what is that?
Things I hate that everyone loves. I have a few interesting takes. What's one good one that I can talk about?
Talk about all of it.
Talk about what?
Talk about all of it.
All of it? Okay. Here's a weird one for you. I don't like pickles at all.
Okay.
So the reason why, and I like most of the people I know love pickles. They adore pickles. I can't stand them. I can't stand the motherfuckers because I used to live in little trivia for you. I used to live in the biggest distributor of pickles ever in the entire state, in the entire United States, actually.
You're right next to like the OG Heinz factory or something?
Yes. No. The olive pickles.
All of the pickles.
No, the olive ones.
No, all of the pickles.
Yeah. So that I lived there for a bit. Before moving way further down. But I used to live there, and pretty much every single day was pickles.
Yeah.
And in fact, it was so bad that we even had this whole thing that like the town got together and basically did a pickle themed festival called the Pickle Festival.
Oh,
It used to happen like once a year, and I was like, I usually went there for the rides and the cool stuff, but every treat was themed around pickles, and I hated it.
Oh God. Yeah, there's definitely like a line after which like we're just done.
It's like it's just so much pickle. I'm good. Now here's the interesting thing. I like the pickle juice. If there's like a remnant of if there's like a remnant of the pickle like on a sandwich or something, I'll eat that. I find that kind of delicious. But like the actual pickle, nah, I can't.
I hate vinegar.
I also hate vinegar.
Well, you like pickle juice. That's vinegar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I guess I like vinegar. I kept. What's another thing I hate that everyone else likes?
Coconut.
I'm not fond of coconut, but I wouldn't say I hate it. Hate is a very strong word.
It's a personal one for me. Like coconut's just hot garbage as far as I'm concerned.
I would fuck a coconut.
That's fair.
I would drill a hole and put my dick in a coconut and
Are you talking about
myself.
coconuts or coconut?
All of it. I love coconut. It's such a good
VTuber. Gotcha.
The VTuber too, but also it's a good like coconut water is good. Just eating a raw ass coconut. Never
had it.
What are the almond joys have coconut on it? I love coconut to death.
Oh, hang on. I just thought of a really great one.
What's that?
I hate apple pie.
Oh, I hate pies too.
They're kind of mid.
I hate apple pie. I can't stand it. Something about I can eat an apple, and I can eat a pie. But when you combine them together, for some reason, the combination just seems unholy to me. I don't get it.
Yeah, that's not.
Well, they do have kind of a funky texture.
I guess my hatred of apple pie kind of comes from just like people making them wrong because you can taste it's like the apple is not finely mashed, so you taste bits and pieces of it, and it's like eating.
Gotcha.
It's literally the equivalent of like shredding paper and shoving it into a pastry. I can't.
To be fair,
I could do without it.
It's because you hate America. America, it says American is apple pie.
America does suck.
True.
Oh.
All right.
But I love this country. This country's great. It's amazing. It's fantastic.
Okay, Mister, I'm running for political office.
All I'm saying is, I don't know of anywhere else that has this much freedom. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like every other country should also have this much freedom. So let's bring this freedom to that now.
With a gun.
Yes.
No, with a flamethrower.
The Flammenwerfer.
Flaming further, as they say.
I want every single German who ever watches this podcast to just cringe. I appreciate you. I love you too. I used to have a German wife once. She hated me after because I used to always see Flammenwerfer, and she's like, I fucking hate you.
I don't know what that is.
Well, it means flamethrower, but
love her.
I thought you were saying flaming furry.
Sorry.
I thought you were saying flaming furry, and I was like, oh, okay. That works.
No. But that sounds mildly hilarious.
I bring justice with the flaming furry of truth.
Just these nuts.
Just these nuts.
What's something else I hate?
Can we make a furry American hero porn?
That already exists.
I guarantee you it's a thing.
It's a thing. Search it. Not on stream, obviously.
No. Hard no. We had to tank the one VOD that one time.
Oh my god, don't do
that. The one time? All the time.
Yeah, the one time you go on Twitter and within 2 fucking seconds pops up furry porn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had to tank that whole fucking VOD.
Oh yeah, he goes as naturally as he fucking breathes. I can't stand this.
Furry porn. It was Rivena.
Sounds like that to me.
Yeah.
Denial.
That's besides the point. What do I hate? I hate a lot of things, but I also don't. It's hard to think of them when I like try and think of them.
What are overhyped things?
That's a great one. What are overhyped things?
Oh, I got one for you.
Things that are overhyped. What?
Well, for the longest time, I kept hearing people going on and on and on about the anime for Cyberpunk 2077. Finally got to check that out, and it was just bad, objectively.
I
hate to be that guy, but it's on my list.
I watched it, and it was very forgettable. I don't remember it at all.
I ain't seen it. I thought it was mid.
Yeah.
So I didn't watch it.
Yeah. Well, everybody likes to go on and on about like the romance between the two, lead characters, and the tragedy of how everything ends. They just wanted to escape all of everything dragging them down here in reality. They wanted to go on the moon, but
it just sounds.
There was no reason for them to have a connection to begin with.
It just sounds like a bunch of shoehorned. It's kind of like, okay, here we go. This is a great one. I found it. I found the hate boner. Hang on, guys. Let me cook.
You found the boner.
So here's one thing I can't fucking stand.
Okay.
Certain stories will have token characters that don't have any reason to be where they are.
Gotcha.
And they'll just be shoehorned into the most stupidest places of the world. For instance, my personal favorite, and that's one I hate all the time. And it's because she wrote the story. This is why she's there. But in Marvel Spider-Man, the newer games, Marvel Spider-Man, there is an obnoxious section in the game where you have to play as Mary Jane Watson.
Yep. Now,
keep in mind, there is absolutely no reason for you to have to play as Mary Jane Watson, as within literally 5 minutes of finishing this section, you immediately go back to being Spider-Man. This section was literally shoehorned in here to give Mary Jane Watson a reason to be in the story. That's it.
Yeah, it was
and then she is consistently in the story and then consistently talking, despite the fact that she does nothing of any use for the rest of the story. And the one thing she does get right, they immediately interrupt with Spider-Man.
Yeah, they made her weirdly overpowered too. Like she can just cold cock any fucking enemy and knock him out in one shot. Versus Spider-Man, who would take at least 5.
Yeah, so I think the whole thing about that is I think that was just really a self-insert type of thing. Plus, they were trying to figure out how to make the gameplay work, which I heard that she also has a big role in 2.
Really?
That's probably the only caveat I'm looking for. Like, I'm looking forward to playing Spider-Man because I haven't played 2 yet, despite the fact that it's been like almost a year now since it came out. I haven't played 2.
Well, the DLC's coming out pretty soon.
I'm fucking excited. I want to play 2. I definitely want to play 2. I'm probably gonna get it on PC. But one thing I'm not looking forward to is her role in it, because I know she's gonna have a big role for no fucking reason. Again, and they're just gonna shoehorn her into something.
Yeah,
the
gameplay itself is wonderful. I particularly enjoyed Howard's side quest.
Oh yes, see a side quest again? Yes.
Yup.
Howard's side quest. Howard's side quest is my favorite.
Love that homeless man. But
homeless pigeon man, my favorite.
Yeah, he's a good guy. I like him.
Best.
You'll absolutely. I'm not gonna spoil any of that shit. Like you're gonna love his mission.
I want to do his missions.
Oh yeah, but yeah, I'm excited. It's a surprisingly short game. Like I 100%ed it in like 20 hours.
Well, that's how like Miles Morales and Spider-Man were. Well, no, I take it back. Spider-Man was not that way.
Yeah, the first one was a little longer. Yeah, Miles Morales. That was actually originally that was just supposed to be another DLC.
Yeah, it's supposed to be DLC, but in the end, there was so much content, it just ended up being its own game. And I'll be honest, I'm glad they made it its own game, because it kind of stood out a lot more that way.
Yeah, for sure.
I enjoyed because what they did was they essentially made a second game anyway. Even if it was going to be DLC, it would have been a second game regardless. It would have been a second game's worth of DLC. That's all it would have been.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with having like a 10, 15-hour game.
Exactly. There's nothing wrong with that at all. As long as it's good.
Yeah. Like I recently finished up After Us, which is like some post-apocalyptic story-based thing where you're playing like some forest spirit creature thing. You're just kind of roaming around the extinct remains of reality, just soothing the souls of creatures that have long passed.
I see.
Again, like if you're aiming to 100% the game, like I busted that out in like 10 hours. And that's me doing everything.
Yeah, I ended up so for those of you that don't know, I'm a Sony boy. So I platinum the first time I ever platinumed the game was Marvel Spider-Man, and Miles Morales. So
nice.
Those are my 2 platinums. Oh, and also Subnautica, because I play it too much. Anyways, but yeah, those are my 3. Oh, sorry, and also Subnautica Below Zero, because I play it too fucking much, part 2.
Nice.
But yeah, those are my 100%.
Yeah,
but yeah, no. My only thing about that is just like the shoehorn characters I can't stand. I can't stand when a game forces me to play as X character who has absolutely zero relevance to plot and is only inserted to it's literally inserted to do some type of thing. It's what a token character like you know those token freaking like the token like there's always a dumb one, right? A token dumb character who for no reason at all is just absurdly dumb, and in the end probably gets killed in the stupidest way possible.
Always
those characters. Yeah, I can't stand that. Like, if you're gonna have a dumb character, make him narratively dumb and make it have a purpose.
Yeah, well, I don't think that's gonna be too much of a hot take. Pretty much everybody hates anything that's like forced that.
But like, my whole thing about it is like there was a specific thing we were talking about. What was it at the beginning of this whole thing?
Pickles.
Someone. No. Not Pickles.
Okay. Kanye West.
It's close. No, after that.
Jesus Christ. My Lord and Savior.
No, he's awesome. We love him. Praise him, by the way.
Oh, God. Recently, I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about their favorite movie deaths. Some people were bringing up, like, the Terminator, you know, when he's falling into that vat of acid, Boromir, you know, going out like a boss, you know, just got a whole bunch of arrows in his chest, but he's still going down swinging. Somebody else brought out the Passion of the Christ. That is my favorite death in all of movies.
That's fair enough. I mean,
that is a strong choice.
To be fair, the way they portrayed, so I don't know if you guys actually saw that movie or not.
I did.
The way they portrayed it looked really painful. So like, that was like,
yeah, they fucked him up.
Yeah, no, that was like pretty accurate.
Yeah.
It's pretty about as accurate as you can get using Hollywood. I can't speak.
Yeah, practical effects are pretty wild.
For sure, fam.
I'd be playing Jesus, but I'm doing method acting, going full on in.
I don't need you to do that. I don't need you as Jesus. I just don't think that's ever going to be a thing that I need.
Wait, I am Jesus. Look, I have a halo.
No, that's see if you bend it this way, it actually becomes a figure eight and it kills you. Because infinity.
Wait, I don't know math.
It's fine.
Yeah, you
Infinity
do.
absorbs
You fucking
infinity
lie.
absorbs everything because infinity is also void. Anyways, don't worry about it. I feel like it's a reference. That's a reference no one's gonna get. So for actually, never mind. I'm not even gonna explain it because no one knows what I'm talking about.
I probably do. I watch math shit all the time.
So it's fuck is it called? I don't remember. But essentially they take a circle and they bend it and like, oh look, it's infinite. And then
It's
it
a
basically
Mobius
turns
strip.
into it's Mobius. Look, it's infinite. And then it basically just like turns into a black hole and sucks everybody in.
Yeah, it was that stupid butt of fucking Endgame. If we just like twist the particles as they're moving in the shape of a Mobius strip, we can successfully move back in time, and then I can resolve shit with my dad.
Yeah.
That movie sucked.
That movie
The
sucked.
fact,
I like that movie. That was the last good
I want
movie.
you to know. I want you to know the fact that, and you want me to be honest, I think Stan did that because he knew he wasn't going to be, able to use these characters anymore. So he kind of just wanted to preserve the good ones and then leave the ones that were like he couldn't save, to do their thing.
Yeah, he's like, let's kill off these guys and then pretend, because that would have been
well. To be fair, some of their contracts expired. That's the real reason some of them had to go.
Yeah, there was going to be millions.
Robert specifically had to die because his contract was over. He could not act anymore, and if they had someone else playing Iron Man, it wouldn't have looked right. After having him for like 17 movies.
Although, fun fact for you guys: apparently they're in talks to potentially bring him back.
Yeah,
not alternate timeline.
Right? Like, how dumb would that be?
That's what they're doing right now. They're doing
that already exists though, because Loki.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're doing multiverse stuff now.
I know they're doing multiverse. God, I'm so upset. I just stopped watching. I stopped watching after Endgame. And you want to know what's great? Captain America, a true man of culture, chose booty over the world. Appreciate it.
Man, let's fucking go.
Chose the 1940s.
I would. Any 1940s, I'm going back and I'm popping that pussy.
I'm gonna be honest, fam. Like,
what?
She looked fucking great.
To be fair, like I feel like I have mixed feelings on that ending. I feel like because what it was supposed to be irony because he was the only one constantly telling people to stay on mission, stay on mission, stay on mission, stay on mission, don't interact.
Yep.
And then he did exactly that. Return the stones to the places they were supposed to be, and then went to be with his girl. And then showed up as an old dude.
Yeah.
And then gave us the greatest line that I still use to this day. No, I don't think I will.
Good shit.
I actually love that ending. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of that it
for Cap to be happy, I feel like that's fair.
I love the way a lot of that, like a lot of things don't pay off, like little shit like that. Like Cap, like the argument between Cap and Tony, where they're like, well, like you're only special because of Jar, which then pays off with like him picking up the hammer, and then he's like, you're not the type to make the sacrifice, which pays off with him doing the sacrifice.
He makes the sacrifice. He literally sacrifices himself. He dies. So in the end, they're both. It's very interesting, and I love the way Stan Lee writes or wrote, I guess.
Yeah.
In this case, I love the way Stan Lee wrote it, and it's part of the reason why I don't watch anything else after Endgame because it's like the last thing he was able to write,
or at least be involved with in some way.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how much like of the actual.
Because I was about to say I don't think he actually wrote Endgame, like not Endgame. So you can tell he wrote Infinity War because Infinity War played out like a Stan movie, but Endgame felt like it was not.
Yeah, that was so weird.
It felt like it was just not, and it was so visible.
Yeah.
And it's not like there weren't hype moments that I still remember to this day, like everybody coming out of the portal. And doing the thing, but at the same time it doesn't, like, you can tell that Stan was setting up for probably what was going to be one of the coolest cinematic like endings ever, because he had like a lot of good pieces to work with.
Oh yeah,
Hulk wasn't hulking.
Which was weird.
It was interesting. I think it was interesting. I think it was going to lead to something different than what we got, because what we got was Johnny Appleseed with biscuits, which I think is stupid. I think that entire thing is stupid because the entire purpose of the Hulk is to Hulk, not to hey, I'm Bruce Banner.
Yeah, then they had that weird like extra plot bit where he turns into Professor Hulk, but just off screen. You know, we don't even need a cut. We don't even need a cutscene to explain this shit.
Yeah, I hate that.
Show what was going on in his mind.
You want to know what they should have done? Which I would have loved to see. They could have paid homage to Grey Hulk and done Grey Hulk. Like that would have made more sense. That would have made more sense because it's basically more intelligent, less strength. That makes more sense than just, oh, let's just mix them together and it's Bruce Banner but Hulk size. That makes no sense.
Yeah, it felt like the conclusion to his story arc just happened off screen.
It did. Because that's what it was. They literally shoehorned it in there because they needed someone to use the Infinity Gauntlet at least once before Tony. And and Hulk was the only one, quote unquote, by the way, only one strong enough to use it.
Could have just had any random person use it and been like, blip, he's gone now, he's dead.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there was no reason for Hulk to use it, nor was there any reason for him to do because the reason that happened is because Stan didn't write himself into a corner. What happened is they were written into a corner because they had to pick up where Stan left off. So they didn't know how to write out of that corner, so they just made things happen to suit a conclusion and then just kind of went with it.
Yeah, it was painfully obvious that they had no idea or just weren't really familiar enough with the characters to write them properly.
Yeah, no.
Like what they did with fucking Thor was a crime.
Yeah, I don't understand why Thor. That's not how Thor would have behaved at all. He literally became gamer. He literally became fucking shut-in gamer dude after failing to kill him. That's not how that would have happened at all.
Yeah,
and then they had an entire movie of him being a mopey sad bitch about it.
Yeah,
which made me very upset.
Yeah, it was a shame. Now there was some other people have brought up like how his character in literally every movie he suffers some kind of loss, regroups and perseveres in every single movie.
Yeah.
Like first one, he loses his powers, earns them back. Second one, loses his brother, loses who else did he lost his mom, and eventually decided that he still had room to grow before becoming a leader. In the third one, he loses fucking everything. Loses his brother again, loses his entire fucking home world, and then comes back and eventually takes a seat as the king. When after getting thrashed by Thanos, you'd think that would make him like just a militant, obsessed with like his people's safety.
Yeah,
and like
no, it's exactly opposite. He
like in Endgame, but like in Endgame, they have this coastal drop like very peaceful looking village thing. Like in all reality, that would likely just be like a fortress that nothing's getting anywhere near.
Pretty much.
Oh.
Which makes more sense to his character, but unfortunately they didn't know what to do with the character. And you can tell they didn't know what to do with a lot of the characters. Because Hawkeye, for some reason, is now mysterious, even though Hawkeye is literally the opposite of mysterious. There's nothing mysterious about Hawkeye ever. He's basic.
He became that assassin, yeah.
I lost my wife and kids. Now I go on a killing spree.
Yeah, exactly. And then also, Wanda made no sense. I stand by that. Wanda made no sense. Wanda and Vision also made no sense. The fact that has a spin-off series also makes no sense.
Yeah, that was just bad.
Wanda is nowhere near that powerful. She's never been, nor will she ever be.
Well, in the comics, she had the ability. Like at one point, she just wished away all mutants. Like that. The comics are fucking weird.
I think she did do that.
She did. Like I forget exactly what fueled that particular power, but it was wild and
interesting.
Yeah.
right now, like I feel like I don't feel like there's a. At first, I thought they were fucking gonna go with like a God's arc or something, but then I just kind of got bored and put that away. And then they were like, "Let's do multiverse now. Forget all the God stories we were telling." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, which is just silly.
Yeah, pretty much. Like there's no cohesion when it comes to anything that happens or anything that goes on.
And there's no consequence. Like
No,
literally,
not at all.
yeah, like anybody can die, and then we can just like Rick and Morty, like some extra person, and fill the void. There's no consequence to anybody's death.
Why is nobody talking about the fact that Jesus Christ came and spoke from the sky in any of the other movies? Like that's just it's just so weird to me that they're not addressing God's coming to Earth, and they're just like, oh, okay, yeah, it's not of note anywhere else. I would be like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go to church today.
Right.
I feel like the only reason they don't address it is because they don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
Because anytime you go too deep within some of this stuff, it just lacks so much explanation because it's just not thought out.
Yeah. Well, there's definitely like an end point. I feel that once you cross that line, you've just jumped the shark and everything's just
you pretty much
just
devolve into madness.
Yeah, I think
like when they for instance, here's a great example that I just thought of. Literally came to my top of my head. And this is also another hate and love thing. People love the Avatar. People absolutely adore the Avatar.
Okay.
The second one, Korra.
Okay.
People love Korra.
I enjoyed that.
I think Korra's fucking garbage.
Yeah, I don't love it.
I think it's trash. And here's why. Here's why. One thing they introduce entirely is this being behind the Avatar, the light spirit.
Yeah, that was.
And then they also introduced the dark spirit, which we've never heard of nor have any relation to, nor does he make any sense or appearance in anywhere ever until exactly specifically during Korra's reign as Avatar.
Right.
It's almost as if it's literally just a convenient plot point for a singular arc that never gets resolved and never has anything to do with anything ever again.
Yeah, that was, oh god, especially that season though, was so fucking wild. Like, we're gonna introduce this idea that she is somehow like spiritually connected to all of the previous iterations of Avatar, and then we're going to kill them off completely so that the Avatar is no longer a thing.
Yeah, so the Avatar is just one idiot with bending. That's it. And the Avatar state doesn't do anything. Which, would explain why the latter half of that season, she gets her ass kicked in it every single fucking time she uses it.
Yep. And I don't mind that. Like, if you have, some all-powerful-ish special character and then show that they're still capable of getting their ass whooped, I'm all for it.
No.
Especially if they're the main character.
That's cool. I understand that. What I don't understand is why they spend literally half of the show boosting her up to show how powerful she is, and then she loses every fight she's ever a part of.
Yeah, that is pretty wild.
I think she won one fight in the entirety of that season, or in the entirety of the series. Actually, I think she won one fight, and it was against that one guy because she airbended. But then she didn't even win the fight because he just turned out to be a waterbender.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's what happened there. And then but back to the freaking Vatu and whatever light spirit thing. That whole thing teed me off specifically because the light spirit had no relation to the Avatar, nor did the sea turtles. The sea turtles did not create bending. That had nothing to do with anything. The sea turtles were A to Z. And this is what I mean. They essentially wrote themselves into a corner when it came to how the Avatar works. They wanted to do something exploring the central part of the Avatar, what makes the Avatar, and go for like a Genesis arc type of thing. But at the same time, they failed entirely and instead gave us a mediocre arc with a mediocre conclusion, which in the end did nothing but cause more issues because they ruined everything they built up to this point. When it came to the Avatar itself now has no meaning whatsoever. The light spirit is now also now has darkness within it. So at some point, Vatu is just gonna come back but via the Avatar.
Right?
So
How cool
now
would that
we're
be?
worse off. Now we're worse off than when we were before. And the entire reason any of this happened is because the Avatar opened the spirit gates and let Vatu out in the first place, which everyone told her not to do that, and she decided, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Well, at least in that season, we still got Uncle Iroh back for a little bit. That was cool.
That was probably the only good thing about that entire thing. That and Old Zuko.
Yeah.
Old Zuko,
Even though it's just
Old
like
Zuko, Old Zuko and Iroh are probably the only two cool things out of this entire thing. Also, small child Iroh. Kid
Yeah,
Iroh
that
was
was-
also good.
I have a hot take. I have a very hot take. You guys might not.
What's your
agree
hot
with.
take, fam?
Hit me with it.
I kind of like that latest Star Wars show.
Which one? Be specific. There are a lot of latest Star Wars shows.
He's talking about the Acolyte.
Yeah,
I don't know. What that is.
I like the visual.
anime one?
I like the visual directing. I like the action.
So you like how the guy can successfully put out a lightsaber blade by headbutting it?
That comes from Legends, so I kind of like that. I'm like, oh, I would not have guessed they would have pulled that out of Legends. That was kind of badass that they did that, but at the same time, I get why people are mad. I'm like, okay, yeah, valid to headbutt a lightsaber and turn it off. Very valid.
Yeah,
Yo, I'd headbutt a lightsaber. What you talking about?
I headbutt this lightsaber every night.
I'm sick of you.
Let's go. But yeah, everyone hates it. I get why they hate it. It's bad. It's boring characters. They just stare and have the same face. It's almost like watching fucking VTubers. They don't have no expressions.
Yo,
no expressions, no movement.
No expressions, no movement. You right, fam. That's why I'm about to pay upwards of God. How much am I paying again to get myself to move around in circles? Yeah,
What?
like 300 something.
And yes, Arashi, the new villain in the Acolyte has this armor that supposedly, when it comes in contact with a lightsaber, just shorts it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it's an interesting idea.
So he can just glizzy lightsabers for free. That's cool.
Yeah, but so he has this helmet and these two little bracelets that basically allow him to deflect or deactivate a lightsaber. But can you imagine how fucking risky it would be to go to try to block it with one of these little bracelets?
Very
literally 1 inch off, your whole shit's gone.
For sure, blocking it with a bracelet.
I block lightsabers with my cock ring. That's the new lore.
I don't know why I needed to know that. Don't clip that. I don't want to be associated with that.
I clipped it.
You should blow yourself up now.
All day, every day. I'm blowing myself off right now.
I'm upset. I'm just upset. That's all I'm gonna say.
I need an exclamation point clip redeem thing.
Exclamation point these.
Exclamation point nuts.
Exclamation point got him.
But yeah, I love that show. I mostly I love the visuals. I love the action. That's about it.
But they denied us the Wookiee fight.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yo, I'm sick of you. Not the Wookiee fight. Even I. What?
I just want to see a Wookiee die gruesomely.
Yeah, but Rush or Yami, if you haven't seen it,
respect the tradition.
In the show, they have a Jedi Master Wookiee somehow. This race that is universally known for their lack of emotional control somehow got to the somehow he reached that rank, and they just killed him off screen.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
No. Why?
No, for real, they did that.
That's such an investigative plot, though. You gotta find that shit out.
Right? And just think of how awesome it would be. Say you have at one point, the latest episode they had was episode 5, in which the main antagonist just wipes out a whole shit ton of people while just after they find the Wookiee's body. Now imagine they're on this planet, they're looking for said Jedi Master, they get into this altercation with this guy, and then just imagine Wookiee just shows up, busts out his lightsaber. Just the thought of a big ass fucking Wookiee going to town against some domineering Sith.
Hot.
Sounds fucking awesome.
That sounds amazing. I'm upset.
And they denied it. They said it wasn't in the budget, even though this series has only 8 episodes to it, and it has $100 million budget.
I think they knew this was not going to get the views though. Like halfway through, because I just feel like no one's excited about it. Like not even at Lucasfilm, they're just like.
Here's the thing: there's nothing to be excited about.
Yeah.
It's just gonna be a twist or hodgepodge of a bunch of characters that you know, mixed with a bunch of bullshit you don't know, nor did you care to know. And it's just like if it was expanding upon what you already knew, then that would make sense, right? If it was expanding upon something you already knew, or was giving you some new twist of a tale, it would make sense. But 90% of it is just the same shit rehashed.
Kind of. They tried introducing stuff to like expand on the lore a bit. So you know how Anakin Skywalker was like immaculately conceived, and that's why he's super special. Yeah. Well, they introduced a colony of lesbian space witches, and they can just use their variation of the Force to just impregnate each other immaculately. So now Anakin, according to this stuff, like isn't even special anymore. The lead characters in the series are a couple of twins, and yeah, it's so dumb.
They're also making out for some reason.
No, this isn't Dix the musical. But
no, I thought that was the thing.
I mean, to be fair, they are. I instantly, when I saw them, I was like, oh, they're the fucking witches of Dathomir. I instantly recognized them. So like, it's all.
It's hard to mistake those horns.
It's nerd shit that only the nerds would get, like me, because I watch every fucking thing from Star Wars.
And here's the best part. They're trying to cater to the nerds when some of the nerds don't even care.
Yeah, like I said, I did not... The visuals kept me. And the action and the fights. Because the fights... If the story was fucking good, I would have been like, oh, this is the best shit ever. But the stories
if the story was good, nobody would have any reason to complain.
Yeah, the stories the story is like the biggest fucking like pothole in the whole show. That is, it's not a good story. It's not good actors.
Like, God, I gave my stepdad a brief description of just the first episode or two, and he's like, that's just so dumb. Like episode 1, they established that there is an assassin going specifically after certain Jedi Masters. And meet one of these Jedi Masters in a bar, of all places, and just wipe out everybody in there, except for the bartender.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, say you're doing an investigation. You know this has happened. You have a witness. Somehow they track down the person on the other side that matched their description, way on the other side of the fucking galaxy. And rather than bring like a holotape recording or something, they brought the fucking bartender to verify that this is the person in person. Like that wouldn't be a massive fucking risk. And not only that, the only people they sent to pick up this Jedi Master assassin was a Jedi Knight and his Padawan.
Why?
It's like saying this martial artist is going around killing Grand Masters. Let's go send a green belt. Like let's fucking that'll do it.
Don't forget to also send the bartender across like half the world to China to have them point out and finger the witness.
Yeah, that was bad. And it gets worse. It gets worse. So they successfully apprehend basically the wrong twin, what I mentioned earlier. Yeah. So like they had a vague description off of this one witness, like. It was like, yeah, it was a black chick with braids.
I'm upset.
Somehow they tracked down the one black chick with braids all of the galaxy.
But tracked down the wrong one.
Yeah. It wouldn't be impossible for her to like.
I thought they were trying to make some political statement at first. Like, just like, but then I realized like, no, it's just stupid.
It's just dumb.
Yeah. Don't worry. Here's the worst part. Like, they successfully apprehend this non-force sensitive person who's just a fucking mechanic. They imprison her on their ship, and then they send the ship back to Coruscant, but didn't get on the ship.
What?
They stayed behind.
To do what?
Exactly.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
2 Jedi.
No, it's that dumb. We're going to capture this potential assassin and we're going to leave them completely unsupervised
to like
on our ship.
It's like the casino run, because it didn't do anything. You know, it just stretched out because she still went back to the fucking Jedi Council, so it was just there to stretch out the show runtime.
Yeah,
pretty much. That's what some of that stuff is.
Yeah. Well, apparently they tried to write it in such a way that, like, that ship that they send her out in crashes, because naturally.
Of course.
Yeah. But they needed to have some way for these two Jedi to survive. And speaking of surviving, which is, you know how she survives this spaceship crashing onto a planet?
Seatbelt.
She put on her fucking seatbelt and like the seat, like the force of the impact wouldn't just rip her body apart.
If only they had put on their seatbelts during the Challenger explosion.
I'm upset with you. That's not how that works.
Nope. That's why this show has a 13% approval rating from audience. That is the lowest score of any Star Wars thing ever.
I love the action, and the like film direction is like spot on. And like that scene where the fucking Sith, just like a demon, hovers back in the background, I'm like, that's like the best like horror shit that I think Star Wars should do with like the Sith. His mask was dumb. I'll give people that. People that hate his mask.
Yeah, they called him Smilo Ren.
Not Smilo Ren. I'm upset.
Yeah, I've also heard people call him Darth Teeth.
Yeah, it had like they wanted it. Like it seemed like they wanted to do an anime live action, but they were stuck on Star Wars, so they were pissed. So they just did it here.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
We wanted to do another anime live action and make it worse, but we did this instead. Enjoy it. It's trash.
Yeah. Although, speaking of anime that's based on Western IPs, are you two up to date on the new Terminator anime? Yep, they're going to make a Terminator anime based just on the first two movies. So that detail alone kind of piqued my interest, because those are the two best parts.
Yeah. This is the good one.
Yeah, sometimes like anime and fucking Western shit actually just hits right.
It does sometimes, yeah.
I love the Animatrix.
Oh, Animatrix is amazing.
Sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's good.
Yeah. Have either of you heard about the like anime Arkham universe that they're making, where somebody just gets isekai'd and winds up in anime Gotham?
Yes, I have. I've heard about.
Wait, yeah, I have, but I don't know anything about
it. Harley Quinn and a bunch of other characters from Gotham, and they get isekai'd to another world with magic and shit. And she's like, "What the hell is this?"
I thought it was somebody else gets isekai'd and basically just resurrects in the Gotham world.
No. These Gotham characters essentially, I believe, either dying or getting hit by trucks. But either way, they're essentially in Gotham chilling. They die and then get isekai'd or summoned to another world, whichever one works. But it's essentially all of them being like isekai'd. And I'm talking like basic generic guys. There is magic in this world, and you must become a hero. That kind of bullshit. And I think it's pretty interesting. I'm gonna try it out.
Maybe, or it could turn out as bad as like Batman Ninja.
Sounds about right.
Have either of you seen that movie?
No.
Yes.
Good. It's so bad.
Yeah, if something just looks like it's gonna be bad, I just never watch it.
I just don't watch it anyway.
Alternatively, you could watch it just for the lulls.
No.
Sometimes there is, a little bit of pleasure you can get at just observing something going, that was terrible.
Yep.
No, I'm like, I don't want to hate watch things. Like what's that like one fucking movie everyone loves to like watch because it's so horrible?
The Room?
One?
Yeah, The Room. Like, man, I wouldn't like. Why would you want to watch something because it's horrible? I don't understand people's thought process.
Because it's sexy. I don't know.
Watching YamiY7 slowly penetrate a woman's belly button.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't like what you just said. I'm graduating.
What you just said. Yo, wait for me.
See ya, boys. It's been good.
It's been a good run, but I heard YamiY7 penetrated belly button. I'm out.
Oh heck, has it already been an hour?
Yeah, almost an hour 20.
Gee.
Yee.
Any other final thoughts We're getting close.
No,
Balls.
I don't think so.
All right.
Head empty.
Balls empty. The perfect state of man.
That's what post-nut clarity means. You empty your balls, and then suddenly you just see and become one with Jesus.
I'm upset with you.
You become one with Jesus.
You don't. It's literally just your mind stopping.
Yeah.
From
There's
the horny.
zero thoughts.
It's just you stop thinking, you really think about what you just did and what you just did, and you just kind of feel bad.
That's called the devil's laughter.
I'm upset at you.
The devil, man, we have weird sayings.
Yeah, well, this one was coined by Arthur Schopenhauer back in the 1700s.
Like the devil beating his wife thing.
Yeah, rain.
Yeah, when it rains when the sun's out.
Yep.
Okay, I don't know what that one is.
Yeah. It's literally, it's just that. It's like when it rains when the sun's out, you'd be like the devil's beating his wife. Yeah.
That's actually kind of funny. I
don't know how people got to that.
I don't know.
That is weird.
Interesting though.
Okay. Something else, a hot take. I love watching crazy motherfuckers talk. I don't know why. Just really like unhinged, whether it's like fucking Glenn Beck going rants or Alex Jones or like Kanye West when he starts going off on a weird tangent. I just like watching crazy people talk. It's really interesting because like they clearly are insane, and
it's very interesting to watch at least.
But also like they have like when you watch those and when you watch like psychopaths and killers, like they all seem to have like either untouched with reality, but also like sprinkles in bits of truth that you're like, oh yeah, that is true. So I see how like they fucking get people into cults by just like sprinkling in truths on top of their weird fucking lies.
It's not very hard to tell a couple half truths and then like get into someone's head that way.
I'm gonna start a gooning cult. Guys, post-nut clarity is what I'm talking about. Is what I seek. Say hallelujah.
All right, thank you so much for coming to the podcast. We appreciate you. Anyways, we're gonna head out.
Yeah, it's been an hour. It has been an hour. Bye, everybody. I'm hitting stop recording.